And welcome to episode 59 of Half Hour Henshin. As always, I am one of your hosts, Sleepy Witch, joined by...
DJ Azure, the 2.5D Hirataka-tuber.
And as always, we're here to talk to you about this week's big tokusatsu episodes.
Oh yeah, and this week was interesting.
This week was like cute, holy fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so, continuing on with Gotchard, the man falls from the sky.
And then turns into Spikle Whale, which I actually do have the cards of myself. I'm still waiting for Phase 02 cards, so I can basically like get some of the other stuff they've been showing lately. Because I want my needle. It's like I want my needle, my Needle Hawk one. But yeah.
Yeah, it sucks that they couldn't, like, we're only on episode 8 and we're already like, cool, we need to get to the next set of cards.
Yeah. But at the same time, I think you can get a lot of the cards if you buy like the accessories, like the Chemi like wristbands and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
yeah.
but, I love the fucking PNGs we're getting. I also love that I'm like, oh, if he's gonna drive away as, like, the bike, he's gonna put, like, the kid on his back. And it's like, no, he just sucks him up like a little fucking vacuum.
Yeah, that was wild. Yeah. What a great episode so far.
It was just
Oh
like,
man.
holy shit.
Yeah. Oh man. What point should we even like start off to like, bring up? Oh, that's right. The youngest sister, what is it? Like I think it's Lachesis is like taking a much more active role, it looks like now, and seems to just be tormenting Rene now.
Yeah, though I think the bit with her is, even though she's played by a kid, I think she's the oldest sister.
Yep.
Uh,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
she's the youngest, like, actress or whatever, but she's the
Hmm.
oldest, like, in canon or whatever. You know, they're doing the, like, oh, you know, she's a billion years old, but she's actually a little baby kid. Though it was really funny when, after Rena's, like, arguing with her, she just starts crying like, oh, she's being mean to me.
Yeah, and basically just use a shame to scare her into holding back. And then
Yeah,
everything just goes back to normal. So it's really creepy.
it
Like,
really is. Uh, Especially because it's like, it seems like they're all kind of, like, it seems like the three of them kind of deal with, like, separate emotion. So it's like the one who was the nun deals with kind of like despair, the other one deals with anger, and then this one deals maybe with shame.
maybe,
So
maybe.
maybe they all manipulate, like different kinds of negative emotions, since the whole bit is negative emotions with the amalgams.
Hmm. Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, it's also really funny too because like like all three sisters like actually like take a much more active role. Like one of them uses Lucky Clover, and like to interrupt the fight, and it just gets kind of insane. And then of course we get another Tsundere Spanner moment
Yeah, he just shows up
because
to help.
yep, with a Bokuri shovel. Oh, yeah, with shovel.
Yep. And that's how we get the bubble shovel magician.
Yeah, which is really interesting because like he basically used like hypnotism by like just waving bubbles around in a spiral, which is really funny.
I just love the bit of, like, you're a dragonfly, so I'll use spirals, and everyone else being like, what the fuck does that have to do with him being a dragonfly?
Yeah, it was really funny. But yeah, like I mean, most of this episode like really deals with like kind of follow the last episode. So like the last episode introduced like the father and son, and then now we are seeing stuff like now we're seeing like why Sabo Needle is
His
like
best
has
friend.
driven a wedge and stuff like that, and like
Also, I
yeah,
like that his name is
is a friend.
Sabosuke.
Yeah, it's cute. Oh man. But yeah, it's really interesting because like we do like track him down, and then we do get another fight, which was pretty cool. Um, yeah, because we actually do get to see the Hawk Needle kick, which is um just a straight down rider kick,
Yep.
which is
It's
really cool.
I do like the vibe of jumping, like, all the way up to just straight down, like, drill
Yeah,
kick.
it's not even a double foot stomp. It's actually just like just the actual like single foot stomp essentially.
Yep. I
Yeah,
do like
and then
seeing all the different finishers for all the different forms.
yeah, And after that, okay, so now, coming back to last week, remember when we were concerned about the teacher, like, erasing memories? So it looks like, um, the memories or what the Kemi did, like the ideas will still persist, but the
Yeah,
Kemi, the memory, the Kemi goes away. So it's very interesting because, like, it's really sweet to, like, see, to see the father and son, like, reunite at the end.
yep. And then we're gonna
And
do like, oh, we're gonna play kick the can together because that's what they were doing like before.
hmm
Uh,
but yeah, it's nice to know that, like, like the good effects, assist.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, we were still able to just like get a nice little resolution. He got to keep Sabusuke's flower, and like the hope would be that, if Ichinose can make a world where humans and chemis can like coexist, that he'd bring Sabusuke back to him. Uh,
Mhm. And yeah, and then after that, now we at the end here, looks like the sisters, I guess, were harvesting negative emotions through the amalgams and stuff like that. So I don't know exactly how they were harvesting them,
it's
considering that
probably
all,
it's
yeah,
probably some undisclosed thing we just don't know about. Like, there's probably gonna be like the door to darkness might like. I guess I can make this reference as I've seen it in those first couple episodes of KingOh-ger, but they might like legit have like a gauge to open it, where it's like,
yeah.
cool, enough people have been mean, now the gates of darkness open.
Yeah, and then after the but yeah, and after that, now we have all this stuff, and yeah, like honestly, it was I wouldn't say like it was a quick episode, but a lot of it was just dealing with stuff that we were already introduced to in the first one. So it really was just like really just like thinking about like what other stuff is gonna happen, but like the big things being, yeah, the
Yeah,
sisters are taking a much like bigger role. I guess the teacher's not as evil as we thought.
I don't know.
You
Here's the
know.
thing: I'm not gonna sure if he's gonna particularly be evil. I think the school is gonna be evil. Like the
Mm,
organization is gonna be evil. He might. I
gotcha.
think he might even be a fake out, where he's doing things that look evil, but it's kind of for a good reason. And so later on, because again, there's a lot of times where he's just been really nice about Ichinose being there, or him using his rider powers, or like him just
Yeah.
showing up with Golden Dash and stuff. So he himself might not be the bad guy. I just think at some point it's going to be like maybe the higher ups in the organization of like the alchemy school or something are going to be the ones who are evil, and that's why his or Rin's dad ran away with the chemis, you know,
hmm
because he was
Yeah.
trying to save them.
Yeah. That is interesting. But I mean, at the same time, why were the sisters going after the dad as well too?
Be-
So yeah, there's still a lot of mystery, considering the alchemy world. But looks like we are going back to the real world, considering that we are getting our classic Kyoto field school trip. Wait, sorry, school field trip. With the next episode, because we are going to Kyoto and we are going to Toei Studio Park, which I have visited in real life. It's actually really cool because, like, the traditional dress, you actually can rent it for, like, I believe 6,000 yen, to, like, walk around, like, this Edo period looking area, in, like, kimono or, like, samurai outfits, ninja outfits. So it's actually really cool, like, to see Toei Studio Park in this.
yeah, it's always a fun location depending on how they use it, and I think it's really
Mhm.
funny that we're going back to involving his buddy. So it seems like he's gonna get a romance.
Yeah, Kajiki gotchas a romance, which is funny to think about. I'm
Yep.
I'm I'm excited for gotchas
I'm excited for
for
it. I
next week.
also just like the one clip of the two upperclassmen like riding the motorcycle together. It looks really dumb.
Yep. Oh, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, I guess that was really much it to. I guess that was really it to talk about it. But did you see all the Kamen Rider Legend stuff?
No, not in particular. The only thing I've
You
seen is
oh you,
someone posted the picture of him of like this the golden suit or whatever, and they were
mhm.
like, "Can someone get this man some pants?" Do you know what
Okay.
I'm talking about?
I mean, I didn't really think about that, but
There's there's
also,
there, there's one specific photo that they posted where it's like, man, they did not give this man a dance belt. you know, and so it's just like it's just hanging there, man. You know, it's shaped, you know, and I'm just like, man, come on, guys.
I will have to look that up in a bit. But I mean, so what we've seen so far is that for Kamen Rider Legend is that he's actually like a very like fabulous person. He basically like is calling Hotaro like uncouth, like he's not like, you know, fancy with how he uses his cards, and it actually shows all the cards. But the crazy part though is that Legend is not Tsukasa, aka Decade. But Decade should be appearing in that special. So those teases.
Yeah, and because he has like he also has like a different like driver, right? Like it's an actual like new driver for the for like the Gotchard 2s or something, right?
Yeah,
it's not
I
like the
believe so.
Decade driver.
Mm-hmm. Oh man,
So,
but yeah, like, but yeah, I'm excited because I believe Kamen Rider Legend versus Kamen Rider Gotchard starts in 2 weeks. So, which is why they've already shown some trailers and stuff like that. So, I'm really excited for this mini series, and I can't wait to see what we do for it. But yeah, talking about Legacy though.
yeah, we got another Legacy episode on with our good boys at Ultraman Blazar.
Yes. Oh man, this episode was good.
This episode was so funny to me because the preview from last episode was like, oh, he grows big with the wishes of the children, and so in my head, I thought like, oh, he's gonna start out small, and as more children like love him and look up to him, he gets bigger, right? And it's like, no. The like conceit of the episode is they just keep drawing him bigger and bigger. Like they're physically making that choice to just make him large. And I'm like, conceptually, that's so fucking funny because these kids are like, nah, dude, let's make him fucking 40 stories high. Then no one will fuck with him.
Yeah. Oh man, it was so interesting.
It was also cute seeing him be Captain Gento's kid.
Yeah, it was really cute, but it was really funny. Like, you know, like we basically first see it like, you know, drawn, and then pretty much I was basically screaming at the episode, I want a plushie.
Oh, he's so cute. He's like a perfect shape for like a little plushie.
Exactly, and then they draw it like, you know, on a bigger like, you know, like set of paper, and I'm
yeah. They got like a bunch of pieces of paper on the ground, and like he's gigantic. He'd also make for one of those really good. I don't know if you've seen like the Pokemon like big ass like sleeping bags.
Oh yeah.
But cute episode. I like how the one kid just has like a secret base, and he's got like a little house there, and there's this dude who just comes around to like be like, it's dangerous, don't play here, and it's like, you could just get this thing taken down if you tried, you know that, right?
Yeah, but yeah, no, it was so cute because like, you know, Ultraman didn't want to like, you know, hurt it or anything like that. And this is actually like, you know, when someone like, you know, told me that unlike other Ultramen, and I think there's only a couple of Ultramen that are like this, the color timer on Blazar is stamina. It's not actually a timer like it is for most Ultraman.
Okay, because see, that made sense to me because there's been a couple times where he's gotten hit, and then the thing goes down specifically, and it's like, oh, I guess he got hit right before he started running out of time, but it's like, no, he just got hit and that took out his stamina. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because normally Ultraman can only like last for 3 minutes without, you know, the light of their star to power them. So,
yeah. No, that
like
that makes a lot of sense. This episode had probably some of the funniest like suit action we've gotten so far.
It was so
First
good.
of all, just seeing this dumb little pillowy kaiju be bombarded with fucking like missiles, and they just kind of boop, and like they bounce off in a really comical way too.
Yeah, it's like they just like they like lose all momentum and just bounce off. Like,
yep,
and just yeah.
The kids getting
so
in the
cute.
way. It was so funny. Just like, oh my god, the kaiju's not even doing anything. You guys are just gonna die because they're bombing the kaiju, and you guys are there.
Yeah, so I actually did look into the old Gavadon. So the old Gavadon was actually actually had two forms because like originally it was still like drawn on a piece of paper and attacked, but it actually turned to like a more monstrous form. But it did end in the same way. It did become a constellation that shows up once a year in the original Ultraman. So
That's
yeah,
very cute.
that's what they did.
Yeah, it becoming a constellation and just kind of being taken out. First of all, the Ultraman fight with it is really funny because he's just jumping on it, he's wailing, and it's just doing nothing. This thing is it's that SpongeBob episode with the bully.
It was
where the guy like finally hits him. And he's like, "Oh yeah, he's a sponge. He's just soft. I can't beat him." And then he's just trying to like drag him out of the city, and it's not working. And at the very end, he just decides, "Whatever, I'm picking it up, and I'm just flying into space. Fuck this guy."
Yeah, it's like it just wanted to sleep. Like I think the original one also just wanted to sleep. Like yeah, no, that's what it was. The original one just wanted to sleep, and then we get it like
get like he summons the sword. The sword does nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's like an energy blast. Maybe this'll... Nope. It just does nothing. It's very cute. Just in general, cute episode. Which, going from this, the preview for the next episode looks intense. With the Vision Kaiju Mogusin, the closed gates of the heart will open. Next time on Ultraman Blazar, terror from the underground. Who stares into the abyss? God or oneself? And I'm like, yo, that's a really heavy thing to drop right after the episode where the cute little pillow monster gets turned into a constellation.
Yeah. I mean, but it's really funny though, because like, considering like, all the stuff that we are watching, like all this Reiwa era stuff, like it's a very, very Showa show. Like it's like simple and like, and from what I learned is that the reason why we have so many new kaiju and not just returning kaiju is because since they are since is that Blazar himself just is gonna have new weapons. It doesn't have extra forms like a lot of the more recent Ultramen.
That's cool.
So like yeah, that's the reason why they were able to use their budget on Ultraman's on the kaiju and getting new kaiju
instead of himself. I mean. That's really cool. It's an interesting way to do it, especially if before you've done the different forms, like switch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
One last thing, apparently they're talking about, our boy Erfgeron's coming back. I just have to talk about this shirt that this other YouTuber Hakilis made. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's the like one win, 30 losses. Yeah, Erf the very defeatable Gera. I love this shirt.
Hurts. It hurts, but it's true. But at the same time, I mean,
he's so cute. He's so well designed. He has not won a single fight, or he's won a single fight. But yeah, like, it's really funny just to think about.
Yeah, I love Earthgaren so much. It's so cute.
It's just a great design. But yeah, KingOh-ger. Yeah, a lot of things happened this episode.
Yeah.
I mean, I think at this point we just got to go in like kind of chronological order for this one. The Kings come back, and there's a bunch of space bugs stopping them from landing.
Yeah. We see. Oh, all right. I remember I was joking around. Yes, a bunch of space bugs right before they reached Earth. Yeah, this is not beating the Gurren Lagann accusation.
It really isn't. I was. If you weren't about to say that, I was gonna, because again, we're coming back.
Yeah, and then we have a look at Char Aznable. I mean, Shugo Mask.
Yeah, I know. I mean, here's the thing. I was gonna say if it does beat the Gurren Lagann animation or accusations, it may not beat the Gundam ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, they get back. This was so funny. I was so excited. Like, oh yeah, we got the Return of the King walk, and they're all doing little slow mo. Like, yeah, we're here. Just for everyone to start throwing rocks at them.
Yeah, the third time we've done this walk, and it's so funny how like they just like like saying nah. Things are screwed, and thank you, time dilation. Yeah, the couple of days they spent on Earth was actually 6 months on Terra. Yay.
Or 6 months of travel time or whatever. Yep. Mm-hmm. I love how Yama explains it. Like, it just works. It's not magic. don't worry about it, and everyone just has like a confused question mark.
Yeah. But yeah, no. But I mean, well, actually, wait. Actually, no. You know about time dilation though, right?
I know a little bit about it. It's basically like depending on
Yeah,
how like
your
far
frame of
away.
reference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
far away
So,
you are from something, things could be shorter or longer. But I only have like a very vague understanding of it.
oh yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. So,
obviously, like they have no fucking idea, and Yanma just says it just works. Don't worry about it.
yeah. The moment they said it was 6 months, I'm like, that's just some time dilation. I love that. Yeah. So pretty much, yeah. Their travel to them only seemed like a couple days, and but because of speed of light and relativity and stuff like that, it actually was a 6 months passed instead.
Yep.
So yeah.
But then we got our favorite background guy. He's back.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
now he's like, because he's using like polite speech or not polite speech, but like more. He's got like a different accent or thing going on, right?
Yeah. And he's just eating, and it's actually really crazy. Like the gifts from all yeah, like we basically find out that Doug Dead and them basically just gave away the gifts of the other countries because Shugo Mask took over the other countries.
Yeah, and I like that it wasn't like explained first because I was like, oh hey, I mean, I think you're is not entirely wrong. If everyone's living a better life and has all this stuff for free, that's not a big deal. And it's like, okay, yeah, but people in Sugadom do. But they basically did just steal from all the other countries, and every other country's in like a wreck.
Yeah, and after that, like yeah, and like the other thing too is like they're like saying like Gear's like saying, oh wow, it's like everyone is like living a better life, but it's at the cost of like
Other
like
people.
yeah, and like their original selves essentially. Like you basically see the two like kids, yeah, Guy and their friend at the orphanage, and like they're not acting the way they should essentially because they're like living luxury, and it's actually kind of crazy like the whole thing that Doug did said like, oh, I can basically make you all turn on each other by making you all have stuff. By that I mean I'm gonna ruin you guys because I'm gonna show everyone a good life that they had without you, and that's like, oh,
Yep. And I mean, hey,
that's
it really is a good way to do like control kind of thing. We get all
yeah,
the villagers basically coming to like fight them because he tells them that he'll make them kings if they win. And then we get I guess he's a fly. I thought he was a grasshopper in the images because of like mask, but
oh yeah, true, yeah, yeah, he was definitely a fly
he
with the way
turned
that
out
he
to be a
just kept
fly.
rubbing his hands, especially.
Yeah. But I like that he was like a merchant who was like, ah, whatever, I'm gonna just kill now because I also want to be king. I love that he was just like money, money, money. It was just like he was just a dumb little like side antagonist. I love how silly he was.
Yeah, and after that, and talking about silly, yeah, we basically have the Kyoru King, yeah, King Kyoruzen, which uses Gamtira as like the body instead of
Kubogan.
yeah,
Yeah, they're
Kugan.
they're releasing adaptations for that, right?
I
Like
believe
adapters,
so.
or they're
Yeah,
releasing like a special Gabatera or something.
I think that's what they're doing. But yeah, it's actually kind of funny because like since they were able to show the feet like with the suit, they were able to like semi blend live action with the monster with the actual CG fight that's going on because there's no way they could have actually done this fight as cool as it was with live action suits.
No, and again, this is what I'm telling you. Where I think CG is something we have to embrace in some cases, and like
Hmm.
in something like this, I'm like I don't mind them doing CG, because this is really obviously something they could not do with just a suit fight. The same way that that first Tarantula Night fight, where you have it like swinging around from like things and
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah, I get it. That's not
yeah,
super
especially
feasible to do on a budget.
yeah, or especially if they're only going to be using said form like once,
Yeah,
essentially.
essentially. So I'm like them doing CG, and first let's talk about go back a little bit. Gira has his own Gabu saber because it looks
Oh
like
yeah,
Yama made him one, which was cool. I do like the vibe of the red saber. I like him using like the double blades, and then he did a King Vabala Mucho finisher, but it also like blasted him out of his form. And I
Yeah,
do again. I love how silly this fly is. I do love the like as he's being blasted off. Sir, this is no way to do business.
yeah, it was. Oh man, it was great. But yeah, and then like it's like if you had just like stopped there like, oh cool, it's the end of the episode. But if you were like if you were watching like if you were watching like live without like looking at the time, you wouldn't realize that there's still like 5 minutes left of the episode, and
Oh
those
my
5 minutes
god.
had a lot.
Yeah. I mean we get the big guy. We haven't even talked about what actually happened during that fight because we get to see the feat with the Gavatera version. We get to see the fucking like dance off.
Yeah, it
So
was really fun.
so obviously
I enjoyed it a lot.
like there's a lot of dancing in KingOh-ger. So is that something they do in that show as well, where sometimes they'll do like dancing moves in the mech?
Hmm.
That's
Oh
pretty.
man, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It was great. And then after that, what is it? And after that, the fact that the sword is actually being used as an axe for the most part, like a pickaxe instead of a sword for the
Yep.
most part.
I really
Also
like the fact that
interesting.
he just like grabs the thing and Yama's like, "Yo, wait a minute, don't do that." But also with the dinosaur power, he sets it on fire, which was cool.
It was so good. Yeah, it's like
And
no,
then
but
we
yeah, no,
get
but
Suzume
like I said though,
time.
like yeah,
Oh yeah,
but but yeah, like I said though, like it was actually really interesting because they basically like we're showing the fly getting blown back, and then they actually showed him like landing or reacting to the attacks in his suit, so it actually like really like blended like, oh okay, well, like to ground you a little bit before they went back to the CG.
right, right.
Yeah, it was so interesting. I really love how they handled that fight with the CG.
Yep. But yeah, Suzume time. I love this way the show is just like, yeah, Suzume is just fucking doing shit every time we see her, and it's always insane. This time
Yeah.
she's using Kira's retainer as a footstool, and
Yeah.
and again, I know this is gonna be a bit where like, oh, she's doing this so she can have information. Maybe she's gonna sell, help her brother out later or whatever. But just, it's just so dumb.
It really is, but at the same time, it's like I'm still unsure if she's actually on their side. Like
Yeah,
I like they play off her her theatrics really well. So, like I'm not sure if it's real or not because like we saw that she was playing Raklas for information before, um and then like but still feeding information to Dabrowski, and then like basically making a whole production out of, oh no, crying over his coffin, and like, okay, maybe she really did love him, or what is really going on here.
so
But
here's the thing. We see Shiga mask, and we know something's gone on because we hear all the like mechanical whirring and stuff when he comes down and when he takes off the
yeah,
mask. Again, not beating the Gundam allegations, you get like the like mechanical sounds and stuff, and like the like valve release as the mask comes off, and you realize
mhm,
it's Rackles. Um,
yeah,
and so like I mean, when you're talking about that, it's like, what if Suzume was the mastermind? What if she's the one who went to like Doug that was like, hey, can you just bring him back? What
yeah.
if he was just dead?
Actually, that makes sense. That would make sense. But okay, so you know what I really enjoy about Rakla's being there, and like them not just like ending at the reveal of the mask. One of the things I really enjoy about this is like saying, okay, yeah, we trust that you guys knew this already, so we're just gonna show it anyways. So now that the mystery of who's behind the mask is gone, now it's your turn to figure out the mystery of why I'm back.
Yep. And
Yeah,
there is like a twisted irony in like he failed in life, but in death he got everything that he wanted.
yeah.
Uh,
That's
yep.
that's crazy.
It's morbid. We also get some really funny things about like which retainers are in charge of where, which I thought was really funny. Like seeing like Tofu being in charge by Sleeping Guy, and like the fucking Ninja Man just reading while like the Gokun prisoners are just running around.
Yeah, everything's running amok. Also, it's just really funny to think about how Goken's like, no, not really country, it's just a penal colony, I
Yeah,
guess.
Goken is just like an interesting case.
Yeah. I'm also really wondering where the retainers are at this point too.
Yeah, and speaking about that, we get the preview for next time. They're going to go try to take Enskopia back, and phase one is internal control, and we get something, for as you always know, the Enskopians were always ready to fight for their president in this case, and we get the scene of our blue boy retainer. I was willing to risk it all. That's why I'm your retainer.
Yeah. Oh man, it's like it's like you are not hitting us with this already.
Especially because
No.
at the very end we see like what looks like a clad in white Yanma like covered in dust like walking away. So I guess we're gonna get some kind of cool flashback. But we also get to see some of the favorite Enskopia retainers doing like some training, and they're fucking like breaking hard drives with their fists,
Yeah.
which was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
We're not losing
I'm
the
enjoying
silly,
this.
but the episode is also called "Don't Cry, You Slackjaw Tanuki," so I'm kind of scared.
Yeah. And especially because like what is it like they do use quotes from the episode as the titles, and I have to prep myself for this, man.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like, I mean, we're on episode 34. Of the average. KingOh-ger will have 50-ish episodes count.
Yeah, 48-ish most likely. So that basically means that we should have what, roughly 3 months.
We
Yeah,
have
about three
like
months,
12-ish
3.5
episodes,
months.
14-ish episodes to go.
Yeah,
Which means we really do got to start ramping things up.
which is also really funny too, because someone actually just pointed out on Twitter, but at the same time, I enjoyed the time dilation twist, but the whole thing I was saying, oh wait, it's like, wait, KingOh-ger has 12 episodes left. How are you going to resolve this time skip arc? What if we did another time skip?
Yeah, I mean,
like sure, it's only been 6 months, but still.
that's fair. But with that, we will leave you guys till next week, where we will return talking about next week's episodes of all three of these shows, as always.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I'm DJ Azure, the 2.5D here talking to her, and
and I'm Sleepy Witch. Later.
later.
This program is brought to you by.
Our unending love of tokusatsu,
If you enjoyed the show, please be sure to like and subscribe.
and hit the bell for notifications. And if you would like to support us further, consider becoming a patron at our Patreon, Half Hour Henshin.
You can get some exclusive benefits, such as your name in the credits and joining our sticker club. Or, if you want to help with a one-time donation,
You can also find us at Ko-fi at Half Hour Henshin. You can email us with any questions or theories at halfhourhenshin@gmail.com or on Twitter at halfhourhenshin.